Mic check, max spit stats like a tactician. Link breaking plays down, surging with precision. School got the jokes, punchlines hitting crisp. Whole squad on the mic, call it audible bliss. Gritter and gospel. We the chapel of the huddle, global reach, Titan speak. Breaking every bubble from the turf to the booth. Knowledge stay colossal. Podcast the playbook, no room for apostle. Titans global, we break it, we mold it. Talking pigskin, the truth get unfolded. Max Link School, we the squad, we the code. Football mind sharp, taking you across the globe. Max drop jams, X's and O's like hieroglyphs. Link dissecting plays, no time for the myth. School keep it raw, laugh till you cry. Huddle up, Titans talk, no flag, let it fly. Every league, every player, we dissect the grind. From the draft to the field, future stars in line. Whistles blow, helmets clash, stories untold. We bring the heat like cleats burning through the cold.
From kickoff to OT, every snap's a tale. Global Titans, we prevail, never stale.
What's up, Titans fans, and welcome to another episode of Titans Global Podcast. I am your host, Maximus Titan Fan, and with me, as always, is my good buddy Link. What's going on, brother?
Going on, guys? Good to be here. A lot going on. We got Combine coming up. We got Draft coming up. A lot to talk about tonight. But as always, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Most importantly, get in the comment section. A lot of mock draft talk tonight. We want to know your thoughts as well. Who are the Titans taking it for? Is there a trade back? Let's introduce Scoob and get right into it.
Yeah, man, Scoob, how you feeling tonight, brother?
Man, I'm feeling good. How y'all feeling, man? I can't be more blessed.
I'm pretty good, except for the fact that it's cold as hell outside again.
Yeah, that's what Tennessee needs to make its mind up on the weather, right? One day it's 70, one day it's 30.
Man, I'm telling you what, it's wild.
Snow today.
It was snowing at my house today too,
man.
It was crazy.
Snowing where I worked all day. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So tonight we got a pretty fun show. Silly because it's way too early to be doing mock drafts, but we're just having fun tonight. We also want to talk about a couple things that come up right off the bat that happened throughout the week. We got word yesterday that Cam's injury is much ahead of schedule, which is really good news. Looks like he's going to be throwing in 2 to 3 weeks, which is fantastic. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Absolutely, hell yes.
I got a little shout out too, if y'all don't mind.
Go for it.
Yeah, I just wanted to give Armando a big shout out for winning International Fan of the Year. He gets to go to the draft and represent the Titans. The whole Titans, family tech Mex thing. That's that whole group. I follow them on Twitter, and they're all real cool people. And I just wanted to give a congratulations to Armando.
Yeah, man. Yeah, saw that. I actually follow Titans Day Ballista. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, there's a whole huge fandom going on down in Mexico City for the Titans, which is fantastic. There's actually a fan group, believe it or not, in Germany.
We're all over,
in
bro.
the UK. Yeah, I was going to say
Ireland,
pretty good
Australia.
following in UK as well. Titans UK, shout out.
Yeah.
But the other fun news that we got today was in the form of a teaser we got from the Titans, a billboard with nothing but what looked like the outskirts of a uniform and a date that said March 12th. So we obviously know. I'll be honest, I'm not trying to call anybody out or anything, but I had a guy that follows me said, yeah, according to Buck Rising, that means that's the uniform release date. And I felt like going, dude, I didn't need Buck to tell me that, bro. I mean, it's pretty obvious what it was, man.
Yeah, they tried to make it pretty obvious. Yeah.
But excited. Super excited. That's way earlier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like mid-April, like right before the draft. But we're getting it mid-March, which
when did they release the current uniforms? Do y'all remember around what time? Wasn't it right before
2015?
Yeah, but like what time of the year? Was it right before the draft?
I don't remember.
Around March. Do you remember? I don't remember.
I'll be honest with you. I did not scour the Titans back then like I do today. So I could not even begin to tell you.
It was before the season. I know that. I just can't remember.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just don't remember if it was.
I don't remember if it was before the draft or not. I can't remember, man.
Yeah, again, don't remember. I'm sure it was before the draft because that just makes way too much sense,
Yeah.
to put it before the draft. But I don't remember how early it was. That is a
Right.
good question though to find out. But anyway, we're talking about mock drafts. We're doing mock drafts tonight. Just a way too early fun thing. I like doing it before the combine and after the combine to see how
Right.
much favor changes. With the players, because there are a couple players that I think the combine is going to hurt, and I think there's a couple players that the combine is going to help. So
Agree.
interested to see where the draft picks go. So we're going to do this kind of snake way or whatever you want to call it, as far as the fantasy draft goes. But I'm going to take the first shot, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't help it, dude. I mean, I honestly can't. I've been so hardcore on the.
We know your pick.
Yeah, if you followed me at all recently, you already know who I'm gonna say. It's David Bailey from Texas Tech. 6'3", 250 pounds. Dude runs like a 4.4 speed, which is insane at that size. 13 sacks this year. That's third in college football. It's nuts. Hurry's 42, which is third, and 73 pressures, which is number one, because the chicken does nothing but eat quarterbacks. Now, run game might have some work to do, and that's fine with me. I can deal with that if I get the pass rush that David Bailey shows me that he can do. But there's my pick, obviously, for me. Who wants to go next?
Lincoln, go next.
All right, yeah, I'll take it. I mean, my number one pick, I want Arvell Reese. Unfortunately, I don't think he's there. That being said, I still stay defense. I don't go edge. I like Caleb Downs. I think there's a lot of good picks here. I think it's kind of hard to go wrong, but I think when you look for playmaker, I like Caleb Downs at this spot. So a little bit different, going off the cuff some, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of Reuben Bain at number 4. I'm just not.
So I agree with you on the Reuben Bain thing. But I think some people might say that's a bit of a reach for Downs. I think it's perfectly plausible.
I think when you
if it works out, it's not a reach, right?
I think when you look at best talent available in this draft, I think it's Jeremiah Love, I think it's Arvell Reese, I think it's Caleb Downs, and then I think it's maybe Fernando Mendoza. I think those are your elite players. Jeremiah Love, I kind of liked here, but I just think you need a little more help on the defensive side of the ball. That's kind of where I landed with Downs.
I hear you.
All right. Hey, that's a good pick for me. I mean, I wouldn't be completely like distraught if that was our pick.
Right.
It would surprise me if they went that route, but I'd be pretty happy. But as long as they don't go offensive lineman, it would be hard to upset this pick.
We need so many spots. What does it matter where they start, right?
Agreed. Yeah, we're all three in agreement there.
Yeah.
Dude, what you got, brother?
All right. Well, I'm going offense, man. I'm going for somebody that's going to help Malik, and I'm picking Mekhi Lemon. I'm picking him because he's an elite route runner. He's an elite ball catcher. He has great radius in ball catching. And I know that everybody's saying his size, but to me, that doesn't matter. The kid can play ball. He doesn't drop the ball, and I think he'd be a hell of a target and a great upgrade for Cam this year, and that's my pick at 4. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, that's way too early. If the kid comes out and gets 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns, nobody's going to say that's too early then. So that's my pick.
How much better is Lemon than Tate? I mean, are those
to
your
me?
top,
I think Lemon is the number 1 receiver in the draft.
How big is that? How big is the separation between him and Tate, in your opinion?
Not much, but I think Tate's a little more robotic than Lemon, and I feel like I don't know. I just like Lemon better because I feel like he's more fluid, and I feel like he just has. I don't know. I just like Lemon better.
The reason I ask this is because if the Titans want to go wide receiver, I think this is the best trade back scenario. If
Right.
Arvell Reese goes off the board, if let's say
Yeah, but how far do you want to trade
goes off
back,
the
though?
board, that's what I'm saying. But I
Right.
think if the gap between Lemon and Tate isn't that large, because you're not drafting Lemon to be your wide receiver one, just like you're not
Oh,
drafting
yeah, I
Tate to be your
am.
wide receiver
I'm
one.
drafting him to be wide receiver 1.
Okay. All right.
To me,
well,
he is going to be the wide receiver 1.
But in my mind, if you can get him at 7 or 8, I
Yeah,
think
that would
that's
be
your
great.
best trade back scenario, and then you
Yeah.
pick up an extra pick, get a little bit more draft
On
capital.
my other draft, I did trade back to 7, and Lemon was still there, so I took him
Yeah.
at 7 too. So,
Yeah.
but to me, I'm taking Lemon for the first pick.
But to your point, like going back to the Bain thing, because I think that's another name that a lot of Titans fans have listed. I'm not high. And you said that this combine's going to hurt some players. I think he's one specifically that this combine is going to go kind of poorly for.
Yeah, no, you're 100%, man. That's exactly. I was going to say the same thing. His 40 time and his 3-cone time are going to kill him. They're absolutely going to kill his draft stock.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So, pick number 2. Let's start.
So do I go first now?
Yeah, you want to go first? Go for it, man.
All right. Well, see, I'm going with Colton Hood, cornerback from Tennessee.
Ooh, nice.
I feel like he is a good pick for the second pick.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he has great cover skills. He has great return skill. Well, not return to the receivers. You know what I mean? Catch up skills. And I feel like he would be a great pickup for this defense. And I feel like he's a Robert Saleh kind of cornerback. And that's my reasoning for taking Colton Hood with the second pick.
Hey, if he's available there at 35, I think that is a great pick.
Yeah.
Yep. So for me, there's a few names here I like depending on who's there. I like Chris Brazzell if he's available. I think there's a good chance he goes maybe 32, the last player in that first round. I think that's a possibility. If that's the case and I'm going wide receiver, I like Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana.
Yeah, I like him too.
I think he's a third best option when it comes to third or fourth when it comes to wide receivers in this draft when it all shakes out. If you go defense and I don't take edge first round, I like Ruben Bain's teammate Akeem Masseter out of Miami. I think he's a good option at edge. And then if I've got a last name there, I'm probably not doing this the way we're supposed to, but I like TJ Parker. If those guys aren't there and I've got to take another guy like TJ Parker, I think he's a versatile guy on defense. He can play on the line. He can play at linebacker. I like what he can do.
All right. Well, I mean, again, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know who I think is the best second-round draft pick for them, period. And he was available in most of the drafts that I've done. So Chris Brazzell is my pick for number 2. 6'5", 200 pounds. And there's like this connotation that goes along with being a Tennessee Vols player about, well, they're just not good in the NFL. And I mean, look at the history. I think
he's going to change that narrative.
I was going to say, if you look at history, it does kind of point that way. No offense, but I thought Tillman was going to break that, and he didn't. But I do think that Brazzell is different. Not only does he have that catch radius, but he's got the speed, he's got the size. His route running,
he knows how to separate, man.
I was going to say his route running is a little bit off, but I mean, he has every physical trait you could possibly want in a wide receiver. Right. So if you have any coaching ability at all at the level of NFL, you should be able to turn this guy into a decent receiver, if nothing else, a number 2. But I believe that he has the number 1 potential that we need for Cam Ward. And this is the guy that I want maturing with Cam Ward, in my opinion, who I think is the best pick for number 2.
Yeah, the only thing that scares me about Brazzell, and this is coming from a Vols fans, there were some pretty open, deep drops early in the season while he was still kind of meshing with Aguilar, if there is a knock on him. But super great combat catcher. He always finds himself in the end zone, finds a way to come down with the ball. So yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to wide receivers in this draft, there's not like a clear cut number one go-to wide receiver. I guess Scoob would argue Lemon. I'm just not there on any of these guys, but there's really good talent deep into this draft. Same way with edge. So it's a really good year to be in the Titans position where you have a lot of holes in a lot of positions and you don't have just a clear cut number one. We got to go get this guy.
Yeah. So already we're on the third pick,
Right.
and only one of us has chosen an edge so far.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that I think that's personally an interesting development. Which
now I will know my number one in this draft, if he somehow falls, would be Arvell Reese. I think he is the most talented player in this draft.
But if Arvell's not there, your next pick is Downs for sure.
Yep.
All right, man.
Yep.
Cool.
There
And
you
this
go.
is all before the combine. Like I said, it's all way too early.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, you see some stuff in the combine, you see some numbers and how people deal with pressure. That's really what the combine's about for me. It's not about what you do on your home turf, because pro day is pro day. But if you can show up on the combine on a big time level platform and still perform at a high level, that means you have that it factor, ice in your veins, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, round three. I believe it's Link's turn.
Right.
Oh, you got us muted, bro.
There you go.
Hey,
I got you now. Here I had to go corner because I hadn't gone corner yet. I like Julian Neal out of Arkansas. I think when you get to this point, again, you've got a lot of depth deep into this draft. If he's there, I think that's my pick at number 3.
All
Right. Okay. Is it my turn?
Go for it, Scoob.
Okay. I'm going with corner too. I'm going back-to-back corner in the draft. Okay. So I'm taking D'Angelo Pons from Indiana. I believe he would be great for Salah's defense. He's a great defender. I know he has some question marks, but for the third round, I feel like he would be a great corner, and I feel like Salah can turn him into an even better corner than he is now. So that's my pick for the third pick.
All right. I feel like the third pick is we all picked a cornerback, which I think that is fantastic. But I think the third pick for me is somebody who Cam would actually vouch for, Keontae Scott. Out of Miami. He's a huge dude. He's like 6 foot, 192. So he fits exactly what the Titans have been looking for as far as the big and fast. That's the theme, by the way. If you ain't figured out the theme to my draft, it's big and fast.
Right.
That's the theme. He has a 4.4 speed. So I'm interested to see really what he does at the combine and how much his stock goes up. But just a huge guy, can play outside, inside, press, zone, man. Great cornerback. I think Keontae Scott's a great pick at, 66?
Yeah, that'd be a good pick.
I think that would be a great pick. So that's who I went with as far as that goes. I guess I got to go again.
Yep.
With the number 4 pick. I went with, I think I'm saying his name right. I don't know. Genesis Smith out of Arizona State. One of the safeties. I went with safety. Big need, I think, still. I think we need to replace Amani Hooker. I think he's on his way out. I think by the end of this season, if you draft Genesis Smith at the 4th round, I think by the end of the season, Amani Hooker's not even starting anymore.
Right.
6'2", 202 pounds, 4.5 speed. Again, big, fast guy. Also can play that nickel position that can come down and help with the run if he needs to as a strong safety, or he can play more like a free safety with the speed that he has and the coverage skills. So I think Genesis Smith is a really good pick there. But what you got for 3?
Yeah, so I went offensive line. I went Keelan Rutledge out of Georgia Tech. If he's there, he hasn't allowed a regular season sack since week 6.
Is baller.
Yep.
Yeah,
week
he's a good dude.
The 2023 season. So 4 years of college, 1,700 snaps. He allowed 7 quarterback hits. That's
If he's there, that'd be a hell of a pick.
yeah. So if Rutledge is there at 4, look, if he's, I think 3 with where the Titans are, that's a little high. But if there's a trade back scenario and you can move back into that 3rd round a little bit, I think that's a really good pickup and somebody that can take over that guard position by the end of the year.
I think it is a good pickup. Yeah,
Okay.
I like that pick. Rutledge is a really good offensive lineman, and I would be happy to have him.
Yep. All right. Well, my 4th pick, I'm finally taking an edge. I'm taking Danny Dennis Sutton from Penn State. He's a pretty good edge rusher. He can get to the quarterback. He's a thumper in the run game, and I think he's another guy that would fit great with Robert Saleh. And I think Robert Saleh can turn him into something more than he is now. And that's who I pick at 4.
I actually had I fought back and forth. I actually had an edge here too with Romello Height from Texas Tech. 6'3", 240, super lean guy. I think that's another really good option if they get to this point and haven't taken an edge, which I'll be surprised if we're in the 4th round without an edge player, but there are worse options than Romello Height if that's the case.
Well, yeah, again, free agency is going to play a huge part in this. So that's why I say it's way too early. We're just having fun, really.
Oh, yeah.
More than anything. But I like the ideas that we're coming up with because we're all having different ideas as to where exactly we want to put the emphasis of the draft. And I like that. I like different point of view. So we're on to round 5.
Yes, sir.
I believe it is back to Link, Scoob. I don't even remember.
Yeah, anymore. I think it's me.
Okay.
I went with another Indiana player, Keelan Black. I think he's a tough runner. Over 1,000 rushing yards in 25. A lot of those came after contact. Not a super big threat in the receiving game, but if you're pairing him with somebody like Spears, I think that's a good option. So, we'll see what happens and how this running back room shakes out. But yeah, I went with Black there from Indiana.
Okay. I think that's a good pick.
All right. My turn?
Yep.
All right. So with my 5th pick, I'm taking wide receiver Kevin Coleman Jr. from Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's a pretty dang good wide receiver, and I think that him and Cam could have a good future together. I think he's a very good catch radius guy, and he hardly drops the ball. And for the 5th round, I think that'd be a good pickup for the Titans.
Yeah, so for me in the 5th round, I did actually look at Black a lot, by the way, Link. I really like that pick. But I went with Bo Stevens. He's an inside offensive. This is where I went with my lineman, interior offensive lineman. Now, he did play most of his career as a left guard, but I don't think he'll have any trouble transitioning. Iowa State, 6'5", 315 pounds, and he still runs a 3.5 or a 4.5, if you believe that or not. That is insanely athletic for as big as that is. His pass blocking skills are off the charts. His run blocking skills aren't great, but that's not really what I'm worried about. I'm worried about protecting Cam. So I think that's where I go with that. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So what are we on, 6 or 5?
Yep.
6.
Well, we're still in round 5.
Right,
but
5.
It's the second pick in round 5.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess it's my turn again?
That is you, yeah.
All right. So with this pick, I'm taking defensive lineman Tim Keenan III from Alabama. I feel like he was a heck of a plug, hole plugger and a great run stopper. And I think he's another one of them guys that Robert Saleh would really like. So that's what I've been kind of looking at, guys that I think Robert Saleh would like. So that's my pick.
I don't think that's a bad pick at all.
No.
All right, so I guess I'm going to go. Mike Washington, running back. I mean, we need another running back. And I think that what we were looking for in damn it, I forgot his name already. What's the 3rd running back?
Khalil Mullins.
That's it. Khalil Mullins. Yeah, I think what we were looking for in him is what we will actually find in Mike Washington. Big dude, 228
Right.
pounds, 6 foot, runs a 4.4. Just nasty, dude. Nasty. The only thing that's really the Achilles heel of his game is his pass protection. And
Right.
again, my most important thing is protecting Cam. So unless he wants to be just a short down back, then I think he needs to learn how to do that. But other than that's who I pick in that second pick of
Okay.
5.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
So I actually went back to offensive line here, but I stayed Indiana. I went with Pat Coogan, the center. I think this is maybe a younger, higher ceiling version of what the Titans have in Levin right now. I think you set him behind Cushenberry for a year, see how he adapts to the offense. But if nothing else, he provides you another depth piece on the offensive line. And
Right.
with house money and this extra pick in the 5th round, that's why I don't hate going back to the offensive line and just get a little more depth there.
Right. I like it.
All right.
All
So
right.
I think, Scoob, it's your turn on round 6.
Round 6. Okay, this is where I took an offensive lineman outside to a tackle. I picked Trey Zune. I think is how you say his name. Zunhn, the third from Texas A&M. That guy is a mauler, buddy, and I think he'd be a great pickup for the Titans. And I think he has attitude. He's got spunk, and the kid can play football, and I like him for that pick.
Again, if you see the theme, we are all on the same track mind. We're
Yeah.
just picking them in different rounds.
Right.
So I'm loving that. I'm loving the fact that we all feel this exact same way with the exact same positions that we're going after. We're just doing it in
Right.
different rounds, so it works out. Link, who you got in round 6?
So, look, when I get to this point in the draft, I'm looking for who can contribute on special teams and offer something, even if that's a developmental player.
Yep.
And I think Nadeem Tucker from Western Michigan kind of fits that role. I think he's got a really good bend to get to the quarterback if you put him in those edge rushing positions. But then on special teams, that's where he would shine. So I think picking up a player who can kind of sub in and offer depth on the defense, but really give you a good special teams role, I like him there in the 6th round.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, dude. I really, really, really love that pick. I did a thing, or I posted a whole thing on Numday Tucker just earlier this week about how I feel like he is one of the overshadowed. He is the highest graded edge rusher by PFF. Period. He ranks higher than David Bailey, Bain, all of them. That's just nuts. It's just the fact that he played for such a small school that he doesn't get the same kind of attention that those guys do.
Right.
But yeah, 13 sacks is great in any college football. That's a sack a game averaging. That's nuts, bro. But anyway, is it Scoop's turn?
I can go. It's my last pick. All right, so my last pick, I picked running back Hentley from Indiana. I feel like he'd be a good last pick for the Titans. He's a good runner. He seemed to run hard, and I think he blocks pretty well too. So that was I wanted to pick a running back, and I seen him. That was when I did my draft. He was actually still there. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take him.
Well, I did realize that I have not said my 6th round pick, so I will go.
Oh, go ahead.
My bad.
Oh,
dude.
Yeah.
Back to back.
I just kind of lost.
Go back to back.
It's all good, man. I don't even know how you say this dude's name, if I'm being honest with you. Hezekiah Masses?
Sounds
Something
right.
like that. Cornerback. Anyway, dudes, at this point, like Link said, we're looking for special teams contributors, maybe
Right.
a little bit of a project player that you can build behind. He's cornerback, 6'1", 180, big and fast. Got long arms, super long arms. Dude has almost freakishly long arms. If you want to look that up, but I just think that's an interesting player. And he can play outside, inside. On the cornerback, I feel like it's a good developmental player.
Yeah, so for me, I actually had two here. I think you draft one and you get the other one as a free agent if it comes down to it. The first one I'll throw out there is going to be Caleb Proctor from Southeastern Louisiana. Again, a defensive lineman, dominant pass rusher, FCS defensive tackle. Again, one of those developmental pieces. You see if he can get you some sacks. And then I think there's another option here. The Titans can do something really interesting and go Lander Barton, who is, yes, the brother of Cody Barton. I think that'd be a pretty cool little thing to throw him on this team at linebacker out of Utah and see what happens. So, yeah, Lander would be my
That's
last.
if Cody's still on the team, right?
That's true. That's true. No,
I've actually heard a couple people mention this online, like little whispers of it or whatever.
Right.
I thought it was funny. I was like, Jesus, we already have one Barton. Do we really need another? But, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, because from what I was seeing, the stats, Barton didn't do very good against the run this year, did he?
No, not great.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't do great against most.
I think they said he was like 82nd out of 88 linebackers against the run or something.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Not terrific.
It's pretty rough. In round 7, I went with a guy named Devon Marshall. He's another cornerback. Now, this one is not big. He's just fast and mean. He's 5'11".
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's 5'11". He had 160-something tackles. Big, not big, but just a chippy guy that'll come down and help in run support.
Yeah, he's not afraid to hit somebody, is he?
No, and I feel like that guy is, again, would be a big contributor on special teams, especially in his first year, and then try to acclimate himself into the NFL.
I think he's definitely a Robert Saleh guy too.
Yeah, who he reminds me of when I watched his tape was Cortland Finnegan.
I was about to say the same thing.
He's a little firecracker, man.
He is, man. He's
got a little bit of attitude to him.
He wasn't in my draft. I couldn't take him. Somebody took him before I could.
I feel you, man. I wanted, Link brought up Namde, man. I really wanted to take Namde, dude. He was, I'm really high on that guy. I think he could be taken in like the 5th round even. And
right.
I think he's personally like a 3rd round talent. So I would love it if we got Namde 4th or 5th round. I'd still think we got a hell of a deal there.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. The only thing that scares me there is you kind of go, because it's tough to call him a project player because he's more proven, but he's not proven against top talent, I guess you could say. And then if you've got Femi on the other side, like you just kind of run the risk of it not working out, and then you're stuck in the middle of the season again with no edge rush.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I would have to have a proven one on the other side, and those two would be splitting the reps between each other. So I would have like Owe, I think is how you say his name, the guy from the Chargers.
Yeah.
Right.
Edge coming off like a 8.5, 7.5 sack season, something like that. Looks like a really good edge defender you could get for around $8 to $10 million a year. I feel like you do something like that. You draft David Bailey as a specialist, and then you've got. I mean, if you want to pick up Tucker or something like that in the later rounds, then it's no big deal. Because if Femi or Tucker doesn't pan out, if one of them does, then you still look like a genius. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter.
That's fair.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I mean, GMs are more. They're more idolized by the later picks that they hit on than they are more idolized by the earlier picks that they miss on. Does that make any sense?
It does.
Like if a GM misses on a player in an early round, well, it might just be the player. Like Isaiah Wilson just might suck as a person.
Yeah,
that's why it wasn't a good pick.
You can't tell me you sat across a table from that guy and thought he was going to be a good fit. Like,
well, if you did, you don't know how to read people.
Man, I mean,
I don't know what that was. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I mean,
John Robinson, brother.
Yeah. You seen the Miami Dolphins hired him today or yesterday or today, John Robinson?
Man, look, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how that man is still employed by any NFL team ever. I mean, he made some of the worst decisions you could possibly make as a GM for the Titans. And to move on to any other kind of job, the fact that he was even on talk shows or anything is a complete joke to me. Looking back on it, I mean,
Well, he bought into it. He did the thing that a lot of people wouldn't do and bought into it and
Right.
owned the fact that he screwed up. It was basically said like, yeah, I set that organization back.
I mean, it was good for a
You know,
minute, but it didn't last
yeah,
long.
I was going to say, I think his early success went to his head because he did have
Yeah.
early success with Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry. He had some really great picks in the early years, but then it just all went to hell in a handbasket. And
Yeah.
I mean, he just completely folded up, had 3 different years of terrible picks, and then traded off our greatest player. Yeah, you pretty much signed your own death warrant, bro.
yep.
Right.
But anyway, that's all old news. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna end a short show here, guys. I don't. I thought it would go on longer than that. I thought
We
we
went
would be
pretty
trying
quick.
to wrap up picks. Like hurry up,
Right.
let's get all this crap
Well,
in there or
let me
whatever.
ask you a question before we get off here.
Go for it, man. We got all the time in the world.
What do you think the chances are we keep Spears and Pollard, and do you think that they're both going to be gone this year?
I give it probably a 30% chance that we keep both. I
You think
think
it's that low?
Yeah, I think Spears is probably going to be here one way or the other. And unless we have, I mean, I'll be honest with you, with Brees getting the transitional tag, which we don't know that that's actual,
Right.
going to happen yet, but it looks like it's what's going to happen. It's what people are saying is going to happen. But that the fact that Walker is going to be available, if Kenneth Walker is out there and available for free agency, the Titans have to jump on that. I mean,
Right.
the man put his team or his offense at least on his back and carried them through a Super Bowl win. You have to give that guy a contract if they're
If he
stupid enough
wants
to
it.
let him walk. Yeah, if they're stupid enough to let him walk, then yeah, you got to take that and you keep Spears as the third down changeup back because Walker, if he has one Achilles heel to his game, it's his receiving out of the backyard or backfield. So
Right.
that's why Spears still has some value for you. But
Right.
short of that, I don't think you really move from Pollard.
And
It would be
Snead's
hard.
gone, so
Oh
I
yeah,
believe
Snead is
Snead's
gone.
gone. That's why I went back to back on cornerback picks like that because I know Snead's going to be gone.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll say on the running backs, I mean, the closer we get to the season, unless they take a running back fairly high in the draft, I think it makes more and more sense to just
Right.
stick with
Hey, Zach Lyons is
because
all about love, buddy. He
yeah, I want something flashy. Like I do. Like I
right.
really want something flashy at the running back position. I want something new and shiny. But like if Pollard's 1,000 down back and Spears can stay healthy and give you something out of the backfield, like there's worse options. You know
Yep.
what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yep.
I don't know. I want something flashy. I want something new. But unless they invest and kind of take a risk on somebody, unless you go free agency, then
Right.
yeah, I think Pollard's a part of this team next year. Same
Yeah,
way with
think
Ridley, and same way with Chig. With Kyle Pitts getting tagged today, like it feels like the stars are aligning to make sense to keep some of these guys.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. If my picks hold up, if my picks are as good as the draft people say they are or whatever when I got my end grade,
Right.
then the Titans are going to have to either do something at running back. I feel like the Titans need something better than Tony Pollard, and there's not really much better out there. So they have to target Walker really hard, unless the Jets are stupid enough to let Brees walk. But beyond that, the other big position is tight end.
Yeah.
That was the one position I wanted to draft at. I wanted to
Right.
draft someone around the third round or fourth round for a tight end that could come in and do both jobs really well, to complement Helm. because Helm's going to be the number one. I feel like Chig walks.
Right. Man,
So,
yeah, are they going to give Chig $16 million a year? I mean,
No.
would you give Chig $16 million a year?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
No.
And that's what the rate is for tight end this year. They say it's going to
No,
be about
look, if-
$16 million a year for
I
tight
don't
ends.
see that.
At worst, what I would do is sign David Njoku for a 1-year Band-Aid, and
Right.
then next year go for the draft.
The money's going to
to
be ridiculous this year, y'all. People are
But
going to
yeah.
get ridiculous
Oh,
money
yes.
this year.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
It's
they're already
just
talking
like-
about Malik Willis getting $30+ million a year.
Malik
Yeah.
Willis is not getting 30+ million.
Dude, they're saying he's going to get $30+ million a year.
I just don't see.
I don't see it either, but they're saying it's could be happening. He may be
Let's-
the new starter in Miami.
Let's not fool ourselves that the Titans are still in the position where we have to overpay for players.
All right.
Not only do we have to overpay for players because we're the Titans, but we also have to overpay for payers because we're
You know, I
we
don't
were,
know
what,
if
3 wins
yeah.
last year, so we have to overpay for anybody that we get. And I don't mind overpaying for Walker.
Right.
I don't mind overpaying a little bit for the Cade Otton guy that I've talked about multiple times on here at the tight end because he's a low end guy. The overpaying for him is like chump change. But there are certain players out there that I just don't feel like we should be overpaying for, like the guy from Green Bay, the little wide receiver. I can't even remember his name right now. It's blowing my mind that I can't remember his name. But
Right.
there's no reason that the Titans should be overpaying for that guy.
No.
He's no better than Chimere DK.
Would you overpay for that wide receiver from the Colts? I can't remember his dang name.
Pittman?
Pittman?
No,
Or are
not
you talking
Pittman,
about-
the other one?
Yeah, if Pierce came available, yes, I would be willing to overpay for Pierce. Absolutely.
Great Pierce.
Yeah, absolutely. If Alec Pierce becomes available, yes, I would overpay. I would overpay him by at least $3 to $4 million. So we're talking about $20 to $25 million per year to have
Right.
Alec Pierce here on the Titans. And yes, yeah, for him I would overpay.
Aren't they
Dude,
talking about
that's the
cutting
only
Pittman
one.
just to keep him though? Isn't that
They are.
kind of the-
Yes, that is
Yeah.
that is the plan right now, is to franchise tag Pierce and
Right.
and let
Cut
Pittman go
Pittman,
for money. Yeah, because they have
So
to.
somebody posed a question today, and I want to get y'all's thoughts on it. And it at first I was like, no, that's stupid. And then the more I sat here and thought about it, I was like, if so, the Cardinals pick at 3, and the chance of this happening are 0. I understand that, but hypotheticals are fun. So the Cardinals are picking at 3. Let's say the Cardinals pick at 3 and then get on the phone and call the Titans and say, hey, we want your 4th overall pick. We'll trade you Marvin Harrison Jr.
Mm.
Do you entertain that offer?
Just
Yeah,
to swap
jump on
picks?
for Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Just
Yeah,
to
jump
swap
on
from 3 to 4?
No,
No,
they get
no.
your
They get your 4th pick.
Oh.
They
Okay.
get your 4th pick.
So we just
Yeah,
lose the
Marvin
first round pick for Marvin Harrison
You're
Jr.?
basically drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. with your
Oh.
third.
in the 4th round.
Yep.
Yes,
Ugh.
I'll take that.
Oh, in the 4th
Take
round.
No,
Yeah.
no, 4th overall.
Oh, you're talking
Oh.
about the. No, I don't know if I
No.
do
4th
the
overall
fourth
pick.
No,
No.
I don't think I would.
Nope.
You don't think the
I'd rather
talent's
take-
good enough? to
I'd
go
rather
4th
take
overall?
Lemon.
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
You go
No.
Lemon over Marvin Harrison Jr.
I
Yeah,
would.
I don't want
Just because
Marvin
I love
Harrison Jr.
Lemon.
Okay.
Not at number 4, not for the first round draft pick. Now, I mean, if they were offering us Ted or something stupid like that, then yeah, of course I'm going to take that as a first round. Those are guaranteed options. We know how they play in the NFL, but
Right.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is.
I'm not a
proven
fan
anything.
of Ohio State wide receivers, man.
Is there
It's not.
any wide receiver out there right now, signed, whatever? Is there any wide receiver out there right now that you would spend your 4th overall pick on?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah. There's a
Who's the
couple.
first one that comes to mind?
Puka Nakua.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay.
First one that
Yeah.
popped into my brain. After that, it
The
would
kid
be
from Carolina?
Jamar Chase. Yeah, Tet. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tet
Yeah.
Mac. Yeah, that would. Yeah, T Mac would be friggin' awesome. But
Jackson
I ain't
Smith. Would you go Jackson Smith?
Oh God, yeah.
Hey,
You
I
kidding me?
take AJ back.
No,
For number 4 for the 4th
I
pick.
would. I'd take
first
AJ.
over. No.
I'd take
not for
AJ back.
First round, dude. Come on now.
He's
He ain't
worth
no
it, man.
third round. Nope. Third round at best.
He's coming
Right.
back with too much baggage for a 4th
Yeah.
overall
Right.
pick.
The
I
freaking
hear you.
much.
diva
I
to
love
begin
AJ
with.
though, man. I love AJ.
I love AJ too, and I wish we would have had AJ through the good years, but his good years are almost gone. So
Right.
no.
Yeah, there's a couple.
I don't know.
love
I think I'd entertain it. I'd entertain it for
Right.
Marvin Harrison. I'd think about it. I'd have to think about it. Yep. I'd have to think
Really?
about it. But also took Caleb Downs number 4 overall, so I'm in a weird mood.
Right.
All
I'm just
right,
not a
I
fan
give
of
you that.
Ohio State wide receivers, man.
I'll be
pretty
honest
good,
though, if they
They're
were
pretty
like
good.
they were like, all right, the Bengals want to talk to you about trading Jamar Chase for your number
Oh,
1 draft
definitely do that.
pick. All right. Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't care that he's older. I'll still take him.
Wait, what is he, 27?
28, I think.
28? Yeah, see, he's still in his prime.
It's just not a great year to need. It's an okay year to need
Crappy
wide
year to need
receiver
wide
help.
receiver.
It's okay to need wide receiver help. It's not a good year to need a number 1 wide receiver. That's
Right.
And again, I think that's why the closer we get to the season, the more I'm sitting here saying just keep Ridley on the roster. Like it.
Oh,
it
I
kinda,
mean, he's still under
why
contract.
open up? Yeah, I mean, why open up another hole? You know what I'm
Hey.
saying? Like that's kind of how I feel about him and Pollard and all these guys.
And another thing, man, is three different players were released today. So that's why this is fun, and that's why this is just
Right.
a fun show, because there are so many players that are going to be either A, released, B, franchise tagged or transition tagged, however you want to call it. There are going to be players taken off the board, and there are going to be players added to the board. So right now, to look at what we're, again, it's just fun. But I did find it very interesting that between all three of us, without talking to each other all week, we all three come up with almost the exact same number of players in the different positions that we had them in. We were just drafting them in different rounds. I thought that was very interesting. I can't wait to go back and rewatch the tape and actually compare the numbers, because I'm a stat geek, and that's just what I live for. Sorry.
And I think we're going to see 1 or 2 wow releases on the team. What? Wow? What? I feel like we are.
Yeah,
just for a culture thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got them last year. Why not this year?
Yeah.
And next week we'll have a bunch of stuff to talk about with the combine coming this week and everything. So
it's firing up Thursday, right? They're going to start Thursday with the players. Right.
That's right. Yeah,
so
Thursday's
schedule-wise,
defensive line.
Yep. Thursday, defensive linemen, linebackers. Friday, DBs, tight ends. Saturday, quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs. And Sunday is offense.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Pons can do, because a lot of people are saying he's too small for the NFL. But if you watch his tape, man, he's a lockdown guy. So I'm interested to see how he does in the combine.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting matchups. We'll see what
It
happens.
is. It is. Any final thoughts for this show before we go ahead and end her off?
Have a great week.
Yeah, have a great week. We gave you the schedule. Stay tuned with us.
Yeah.
We'll bring you combine coverage next week, and just keep staying tuned with us.
Yes, sir.
That's it, man. Thank you so much for hanging with us tonight. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Thank you very much.
Yeah, y'all better be subscribing.
Y'all have a good night.
Sure.
Tighten
Tighten
up.
up.
Peace out.
Peace out.